Tomorrow I am going to the Old Firm derby, Rangers vs Celtic, one of the biggest football rivalries in the world, and I cannot tell you how excited I am for this. I just want to say thank you to Leon, a massive Glasgow Rangers fan, for helping me get a ticket for today's game. Going to an Old Firm derby is something that I've always wanted to do, and I've always wanted to see what the Ibrox atmosphere is like on its biggest fixture. Leon runs a YouTube channel himself called LMC Vlogs. He does a lot of Glasgow Rangers content, also a lot of videos from up and down the United Kingdom, so make sure to go check that out. I also just want to thank the Glasgow Rangers fan base for all the support on my last two videos against Ross County and Servette. The club is so special and the fans have been so welcoming to me and my family. The staff really looked after us when I had a VIP experience for my 16th birthday, and I've also received a lot of kind messages from the Rangers fan base. Since I last went to Ibrox for the Servette game, I have been to Turkey and visited a small village called Turunk. I watched both the Servette second leg and the PSV first leg in a bar in Turkey. But one thing I noticed when I was there was the amount of Union Bear stickers plastered around this really small village in Turkey. I even saw a Rangers boat and a load of Rangers fans come piling off it. It's mad that even in a village miles away from Ibrox, this club is still followed and well known. Just a cool story I thought I'd share with you guys, but it's going to be another insane journey tomorrow. Waking up very early, travelling from the West Midlands of England to Glasgow for the early kickoff. I better get to bed early tonight, but I'm sure it will be worth it. Welcome to Glasgow. It's becoming a bit of a regular occurrence this, but I'm here. It's a very early morning this morning. Woke up at 3:30 in the morning to travel up from the West Midlands of England up here to Glasgow for today's massive game. First two times I've been to Ibrox and come up here to Glasgow to watch the Glasgow Rangers play have been very special occasions for me, very special experiences for me. I really enjoyed both of them, but something tells me today will be a completely new and different experience altogether. Today's game really does not need any introduction. Glasgow Rangers versus Glasgow Celtic, the Old Firm derby. In my opinion, one of the biggest games in world football, certainly the biggest game in the United Kingdom. But it's an early kickoff today, 12 o'clock kickoff. Just like the previous two times that I came up to Glasgow, I had barely any notice that I was coming to today's game. I only found out yesterday after I had been to watch West Bromwich Albion play. Got home about 5 o'clock I think, and I had confirmation that I had 2 tickets for today's game. I had to get all my stuff ready and get to bed early. It's been some journey yet again, but today there's no time to have a look around Glasgow. It's straight to Ibrox. Right, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm here outside Ibrox for the Old Firm, and I thought I'd just say a few words ahead of today's game. Not that it really does need much of an introduction. Obviously, Rangers versus Celtic, Old Firm derby. It simply is a must-win for Glasgow Rangers, as it is every time they play Celtic. Neither side are coming into this game with some great form behind them. Obviously, a disappointing evening on Wednesday night away from home at PSV for Rangers in the Champions League qualifier. Obviously, didn't manage to qualify for the Champions League in the end. And Celtic coming off a few disappointing results, obviously most recently against the St Johnstone, a 0-0 draw, and obviously getting knocked out of the cup away from home against Kilmarnock. But it really is a dream come true for me to be here today. I'm really looking forward to it. The atmosphere should be something that I have never experienced before. I'm just really looking forward to just taking it all in. So I'm here with Leon. He's sorted me out big time today, got me a ticket. Big Rangers fan. Yep. Tell us a bit about what you do on YouTube.
Well, I do basically what you do as well. I go about different stadiums, Scotland, England, trying to get more European as well, and do matchday vlogs and stuff. So I'll be doing one today, of course. So make sure to subscribe to this man as well. Brilliant stuff he's doing on there.
Yeah, and you're a big Rangers fan.
Yeah, huge.
Today's game is as big as it gets.
really is. First meeting between both teams this season, can't get any bigger. Atmosphere will be amazing. You won't get much bigger this season, but it's no doubt it's going to be a tough game. Of course it's Celtic, so champions last season, but hopefully we can get a win today. I'm going to go 2-1 Rangers.
Any goal scorers?
I've not seen the team yet, but maybe I think Cantwell getting the score sheet. He doesn't like Celtic. I fancy a defender getting a header from a corner, maybe Sutar again.
Oh,
See what happens.
Fair play. Enjoy the game, mate.
Thank you.
So I'm finally in the ground now. What a view for today's game. We're in the stand where all the atmosphere is. I'm really excited for this now. Looks to me like there's going to be some sort of tifo or something. Like there's loads of wires like in front of us. I have no idea what's going on, but it should be incredible. Something that I don't usually experience today is the fact that there is no away fans in the ground. The only other game I've been to where there's not been any away fans in the ground that comes to my mind is when Albion played West Ham. You know, when COVID was around and there was limited capacity. There's no away fans that day. It was such a strange experience. You know, when West Ham scored, the whole ground went silent. Hopefully I don't experience anything like that today, but I'm really looking forward to this. This is like once in a lifetime experience for me. The atmosphere should be incredible. I took a walk around the ground before I got into the ground. Took it all in. You know, I say this every time I come here, but the character about the place here, it's incredible. You just walk around it and you get a real feeling for it.
for the team. Ibrox is a home and as such will have responsibility.
So at half time, 1-0 Celtic. I don't know how they're leading, to be fair. Rangers 2 disallowed goals, especially the second one. I have no idea why it was disallowed. I think the VAR said it's a foul. I didn't see it, I might be wrong. It might have been a foul. I'll have to look back at it later. But it's so frustrating. But it's been some experience so far. Brilliant atmosphere inside Ibrox. Celtic take the lead right at the end of that half. Hopefully Rangers can get back into it in the second half. And they've not been out of it, they've arguably been the better side, created more chances than Celtic. But it's been some experience, one of the best atmospheres in a half of football I've ever seen. was the day after now, and wow, what an experience that was. Although the result was awful, the day itself was actually really enjoyable. I will talk about the game in a little while, but the atmosphere yesterday, especially in that first half, was one of the best atmospheres I've ever experienced. In fact, I think the only game I can actually compare it to is when West Bromwich Albion played Aston Villa in the playoff semi-final in 2019. Pre-match was the best for me, you know, underneath that display with all the tunes playing. I can't imagine how much time, effort and money goes into making one of those displays. But my dad was on the opposite end of the ground. He showed me some pictures and it did look really, really good. Getting in the Loudon Tavern after the game as well was really enjoyable. It's something that me and my dad have always wanted to do. It's a brilliant pub with loads of character. It was a good laugh in there as well. They had all the tunes playing, and we met some Rangers fans, had some really interesting conversations with some Rangers fans in there. But in terms of the game, it was really frustrating, weren't it? Obviously, 2 goals ruled out for Rangers. The first one, I haven't actually had a chance to look back at it yet, but I think you could tell from the stands that it probably was offside. I haven't heard many Rangers fans complaining about it too much. But the second goal that was ruled out, it's all over my Twitter timeline. I've looked at it back, and it's outrageous, isn't it? I can't quite figure out why it was ruled out. Yes, there was contacts, but it's not a foul. You know, it's a contact game, and it was nothing more than a coming together. It certainly wasn't intentional, and just think how much of a different game it could have been if that goal did stand. I completely understand the Rangers fans' frustration. You know, losing to Celtic just can't happen. But in all fairness, I don't think Rangers deserve to lose that game. I think in large parts of that game, Rangers were the better side. And I did think Celtic were quite poor, to be fair. You know, they're not the Celtic side of old. They didn't look too dangerous going forward, and I thought they looked a bit dodgy at the back. I know they've got their injuries, but they weren't great. I do think if Rangers had a top goal scorer up front yesterday, you know, someone like Morelos a few seasons ago, they would have beaten that Celtic side yesterday. I would quite like to hear in the comment section down below what you Rangers fans think of Michael Beale. I've seen on Twitter and that a lot of Rangers fans really are starting to question him now. I really do agree with what a Rangers fan said to me in the Loudon yesterday. She said to me that she thinks Michael Beale is a very good coach, but she doesn't know whether he is a manager. You can tell he's coaching them well. You know, some of the football Rangers were playing at times yesterday was attractive on the eye, but it's no good if you can't put the ball in the back of the net. But one thing I will say is fair play to the players for giving up a bit of time after the game, after a bad result, and signing some autographs and taking some photos. I managed to get a photo with club captain James Tavernier, Rangers centre forward and ex-West Brom centre forward Kemar Roof, and also defender Connor Goldson. Once again, thank you to Leon for helping me out with a ticket yesterday. He's a brilliant lad. I really enjoyed my day with him. He was telling me some fantastic stories about his times following Rangers. The one that stood out for me was his journey to Seville for the Europa League final a few seasons ago. He was telling me like he drove down from like Glasgow to Heathrow and then flew from Heathrow to Barcelona, then Barcelona to Seville. Like that is one mad journey, and it shows the loyalty and passion. 150,000 Rangers fans went to Seville for that occasion. Honestly, always a great experience going up to Ibrox. Keep your heads up high, Rangers fans. There's still a very long way to go in this season. You've got a brilliant chance of winning the cup this year. You've got a very interesting group stage and some brilliant ties in the group stage of the Europa League. And the league title is still very much so all to play for. But if you did enjoy today's video, make sure to give the video a like and subscribe to my channel if you are new. Thank you for watching until the end, and I'll see you in the next one, guys.